Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Murray now on first down. That's the rookie with the catch, A.J. Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, it's Murray. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll pull it down. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
From the 16, Murray. This will be caught by Brown. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Executed well.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Dion Lewis, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So now here are the 49ers under third-year coach Kyle Shanahan. They'll be led out by their 6'2 quarterback out of San Jose State. It's David Fales.
It's 90, Wolf. 51. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
They run. This is Scarborough. A very tough run, but for a pretty short gain out near the 32. The starters defensively now for the Seahawks. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Now fails. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As you and I know from visiting a lot of camps, no one practices this type of a start, do they?
Especially not on the road. You give up the touchdown on the opening drive. Now there's likely a 3-and-out on your first possession.
Yeah, you throw that incompletion there. You hate to fall into a hole early, especially on the road. Got to be careful.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end, doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
He's settling in nicely here in the first quarter running the football. Remember, he already has the touchdown run.
And you can feel the vibe, can't you? He's in unison with his offensive front. They are in concert together. So if you're flipping over to the other side of the line of scrimmage, they've got to be more physical and handle some of these gaps that have been created.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 31, Murray. Complete. This is Lewis. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. But look now at the defensive starting lineup for the 49ers. Against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing again, Murray. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Preston Williams with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That's 2 really excellent drives for them to start this ballgame, both ending with touchdown passes.
In big picture, they look great, don't they? Like a well-oiled machine right now. But let's down focus a little bit and talk about the guy calling the signals and throwing the passes. He is playing with precision right now, scanning the field and making excellent throws.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing his fails. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Murray now on 1st down. Catch is made by Harry. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Murray now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. The draw play here, Lewis. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Hey, pick your game up.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Murray now, 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Open man here, Sims complete. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
That's how we do
Bo Allen coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. On the draw, this is Lewis. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Murray. He's got Lewis. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
They'll start things on 1st down with Bo Scarborough. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
50, plant. Johnson, Gardner, Johnson on the tackle. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Got a man open. It's Wims. And he is going to lose yardage here. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
60 outlaw.
And it's 3rd down.
3 down. Come. Hit it.
This is Scarborough. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Ready?
It's a gain of 6. And the 49ers.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. 2nd and 15. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. And he comes back with 1 complete. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Murray now to throw. And an alley to run. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. They had points on their first 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time, defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
On the double.
A gain of 14. 1st down, San Francisco.
Barber on 1st and 10. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
The tackle made by Lawrence Guy.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. It wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd.
On the draw, here's Jackson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they can hold it.
Right there, 56.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
10-2 soft.
1st down, 49ers.
Now.
On play action, they'll throw. On the move to his left. He'll try and run it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run the toss to Barber. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
50, plant.
8 yards on the
now Scarborough. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you talk about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fails. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now fails. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
A 26-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that.
Murray's pass. Complete to A.J. Brown.
59.
He steps out of bounds.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fails. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Brett Kern now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our halftime report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it was a rookie Kyler Murray showing the flash that made him choose football over baseball. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. It's Scarborough again, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. First down San Francisco, the pickup 14 yards. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen. And I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that. And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fails. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing his fails. And he will find his man on the outside. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Draw play here at Scarborough. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Ready? 51 Watch the pass.
A gain of 7.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fails. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jarrell Adams, the tight end, was the target. But now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Rolling to his left. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10.
Makes the score Seahawks 17.
So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
First down.
Now Lewis here on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
The tackle made by Brandon Graham.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? 56. Good track. Kill.
They try again with Lewis. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Steps away. He may try and run for this. Touchdown, Seahawks. He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this, because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You got to now plan for those legs as well as him throwing the football.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is up to 14. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8.
Strong right.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Go.
He'll drop to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. They go play action here on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. He's got Lewis. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down, and the catch made by Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw here. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Fails. And that'll be incomplete.
On the ready.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He hits his target, the tight end Adams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll look to throw. He's got to hook up to Lazard. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now fails. Open man is Kirk, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now
down.
your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Lawrence Guy has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. 2nd and 15. It's caught here by Adams. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. 2nd and 1. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Balaj. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Carlson now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17.
Makes the score Seahawks 24.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Murray. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
On play action, it's Murray. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That's on Eric Flowers, first-round pick back in 2015. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw is Murray. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here's Johnson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's Brian Anger now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
The drive starts on the ground with Scarborough, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. He'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Wims. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
Hey, let's go.
A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards. Charles just a jump. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Carlson on for the PAT. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Complete. This is Lewis. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. Now Murray, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Down to 7 seconds now, 6. To throw is Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lewis. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Murray going to throw. His throw incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones the intended target, and it's 3rd down. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. To throw, it's Murray, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here, but you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They try again with Scarborough. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing his fails, and he rifles one incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it, because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
Let's go.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a toss play. This is Scarborough. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9. Fails. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Wow, Charles, that doesn't just take points off the board. That takes a win off the board.
So now you have to regroup because you've gone from celebrating what you think is a win to trying to figure out how to do it again and make it a win.
2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down. Murray with a third and long. Underneath for Johnson. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanting the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
Cold-blooded. Rolling to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Bo Allen on the stop. To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He's got Lewis. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They'll run on first down. Lewis. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray. This will be caught by Brown. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. This is Johnson. He's got it. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray going underneath for Lewis. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us, We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Meh.
Yeah,
MEH, man. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Seattle, so long, everybody.